YouTube, what's the deal? It's your girl Jahira, and I am back. What's up, y'all? I have not come in and made like just a random video in a while, and I wanted a chance to do that because I miss y'all. I don't, however, miss Facebook and this damn noise it makes every time something happens. Hold on, y'all. Let me sign out of here. I hope y'all are doing well. Everything is cool and copacetic over here. I don't know if I told y'all that my daughter moved in with me. My daughter Chloe, who you may remember. I mean, this is probably upwards of 2 years ago, and I was living in Boston making videos. But I know we did a YQA together, and yeah, she's here. She's here, and she's doing the school thing. So I'm super proud. She's doing so good, and I've been able to see the change taking over her, and she's 21 years old. She's got her best years are ahead of her, and she's really handling business, and I love that. It's extremely gratifying as a parent. So there's not a whole lot going on with me. Y'all saw the video that I did doing the review for hiphoplp.com. And a couple of you have already commented and messaged me and like, y'all want to know about that wig, so I'm gonna tell you about it. I'm actually staring at it right now, but ain't no way I'm putting that bitch on. It is the Lydia wig by Outre. Lydia, yeah. And it's in a color DR30. And I saw that y'all made some references to like the Kardashians. I think it was Khloe Kardashian. I don't follow the Kardashian. I mean, it would be miraculous for you to find somebody who cares less. Seriously. Seriously. But I do love the wig. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm so happy that, you know, people are finally kind of like, well, these wig companies are finally getting up on dark-rooted wigs, and hopefully, thanks to Outre's semi-pioneering efforts in terms of like the synthetic world, other companies will follow suit. Because the one thing I don't like about that wig, actually, Nina reviewed the wig. I know a couple of people have reviewed Lydia, but y'all should go check out Nina's review. And the one thing that she said, I agree with 850%. That wig is tight. I mean, tight. Like, granted, you know, of course, y'all know this is my natural hair and whatnot. And I'm somewhat headalicious. I am more than willing to stand up and admit my big head scenario, my hydroencephalus. No, I'm just playing. But I know I got a big ass head, and then trying to get like the hair under the wig is problematic in and of itself. But that wig is tight boots. Like, it is tight for no good reason. Like 13-year-old Pakistani child bride level tight. Excuse me, but God, that was so inappropriate. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. Scandal wore my life out, as it continues to do every single week. Like, my psychological well-being is wrapped up in the mind of Shonda Rhimes, and I don't know if she knows this, but she should. I'm just saying. Thursdays for me, 1 hour out of that day is Scandal, and like the other 20 hours or no, 18 hours. No, I'm a liar. 22 hours leading up to Scandal are just like filler. But yeah, shows how good my math is going. But I did mention to y'all that I was starting school, and I am. I actually take my entrance exam next week. And I am going to get certified in phlebotomy. And I'm doing this more so because I need cash and I need it fast. I'm not going to lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, to a job like that can land you work relatively quickly. And it's not going to take me all that long to get certified. But I am considering the possibility of like using that certification as a springboard to something else. I even had a conversation with my father today, which y'all know is very rare. But he was saying stuff like, like EKG monitor, my thought process is really leaning more towards nursing. I think that nursing, and it's not just because, although the fact that my mother's been a registered nurse since 1966 does play somewhat of a role in it, but I think it speaks to my talents, in terms of the fact that I have a sort of way with people, and being of service or in service really feeds my spirit in a way that not much else ever could. So I don't know. It's a thought right now. It's kind of a long-term consideration. Right now, phlebotomy is the goal. And I'm intending on achieving it. So that's kind of what's going on with me. Oh, I was messaged about my lips. Not about the lipstick I had on in the last video. That lipstick is Adora by Kat Von D. And it's really like my favorite lipstick out right now. Favorite lipstick out. It's like this foiled red. It's red, but like there's sort of this gold like intonation inflection in it, and it's very like it's a bold, bright tomato red. Not for the faint of heart at all. But the plus side of it is, you can literally slap that on, and I mean, you're made up. You know what I mean? It requires next to nothing else. What I did for my face for that video was just like my eyebrows and like powder and that lip. Really, that was it. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on with me. Oh, y'all, this stuff going on in Ohio with Amanda Berry and Gina DeJesus and the other one, Michelle Knight, being kidnapped for upwards of 10 years. I gotta tell y'all about this. So, most of you will remember when I reviewed the book Room by Emma Donoghue. And it's a book that, to this day, even with all that has come out and all that's getting ready to come out, I mean, top 3 favorite books, easily. Easily. It was so heart-racing and thought-provoking. Like, I will never... You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing when you can get a book that's really an experience for you. And that book was an experience for me. Like, I will never forget the gamut of emotions that I went through reading that book. It was and is freaking phenomenal. With that being said, I never really envisioned that the plot line would be plausible. Being stuck in a room for God knows how long, from your teenage years through your 20s, ended up having a kid, in the confines of this your what is that? Incarceration, and in the confines of your the prison that's been set up for you. And here we are. Amanda Berry and these other 2 ladies, and Amanda Berry's child, who was born in captivity. I mean, nothing comes from nothing. And this is one of those things that life has really taught me, that, like, you can always kind of find the strings that connect scenarios. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really aghast. And obviously thankful that these women were, made it out where so many don't. But it is amazing to me when you draw the comparison between that book and this story. Like, I'm still flabbergasted. I'm flummoxed. I'm blown away, the whole 9. It's a lot. It's just a lot. But thanks be unto God. Don't tell me God ain't real. Like, that these women made it out alive. It's amazing to me. And I don't know in terms of justice what the DA is seeking for the schmuck, whatever, Ariel, some shit, I don't even remember. I should probably know this. Castro? Yeah, it's Castro. I don't know what they're seeking, but I mean, there's just not enough time. Whatever it is, there's not enough time. Whatever it is, there should be 100 years tacked onto the back of it. Seriously. Seriously. It's honest to God the way that I feel. I hope that it turns out that way. But yeah, I just wanted to check in with y'all. I'm not going to keep y'all all night. What have you. Oh, there are 2 new books that are coming out, and I'm just going to put the blurb in your ear now because I'm super excited. Ay Dios. And see, I say some shit like that, and I don't even have the titles right in front of me. But I'm going to give you the authors because they're 2 of my personal favorite authors. Well, Dan Brown, obviously, author of The Da Vinci Code, Angels and Demons, Digital Fortress. I mean, it goes on and on. His new book is coming out. I believe it's called Inferno. It is called Inferno because it's kind of like based. It's a Robert Langdon. It's a Robert Langdon story, but it ties into Dante's Inferno. So I'm just like, where this man like plucks these things out of his mind is phenomenal to me. And then somebody else, I'm not sure how familiar you are with him. If you're not, you should be, because he's one of my favorite authors. Khaled Hosseini. That's, yeah, I'll put the link below. Anyway, he has a new book coming out. Now, Khaled Hosseini wrote 2 books that one of them has been adapted to a movie. That's The Kite Runner. And the other one, which is really my personal favorite, is called A Thousand Splendid Suns. This is just an amazingly talented author, and y'all have got to check him out. Like, honestly, please do yourself a favor. Check this man out. Seriously. So, with that being said, I will let y'all go, but that's what I'm looking forward to because their books drop in like the next 2 weeks. Dan Brown is coming out next week, and Khaled Hosseini is the week after. So, super excited for that. I will let y'all know how it goes. And, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with me. So, that being said, I am out of here. I love y'all dearly. Please know that. And I will speak to you very soon. And as always, one love. Later.